This video will be talking about Microsoft Ads Customer Match. Now, it's a feature that's similar as the one that's available within Google Ads, but there are some differences. If you're not familiar with Customer Match, it gives advertisers the ability to upload a list of contacts to either use it for targeting or exclusions, and even possibly bid adjustments. So in this video, we will show you how you can set this up within the audience section in Microsoft. We'll show you where the template lives if you don't have an upload, and then we'll show you how you can implement it within your ad groups. I am in our Microsoft Ads demo account, just in the overview section. So in order to start uploading a customer match list, we need to head to the audience section. Not to be confused with this audiences, I'm talking about the equivalent to Google Ads Audience Manager. So this lives under Tools, and they don't call it Audience Manager, they call it Audiences. I have it pinned, so it'll show up in my pin section, but even if you don't have it pinned, it should be the second to the top. Now, Microsoft does have this section about audiences and that it's recommended to have the UET tag on your site, which is all true. However, the UET tag isn't necessary for a customer match audience since we're uploading a list of contacts ourselves. We've already collected the information. So I'm just going to head down to Create. First, we have to name our audience in order to save it. Please choose a better name that actually defines the audience that you're uploading, whether it's a specific group that you're targeting, or if you know you're going to use it as an exclusion, maybe put exclusion in the title. But we can choose Customer Match and then click Next. And here we get to the audience details. If you're brand new to Customer Match for Microsoft, odds are you will need the template, and it's here within this link. When you click on it, it's not going to take you to a page. It's going to automatically download the file to your device. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. I already have a copy downloaded. And if you've already done this for Google Ads, you're going to see that the template is different in a pretty noticeable way. And what I mean is that with Microsoft, we only get to include email addresses. Google Ads also lets you upload first name, last name, phone number. So in some cases, in terms of formatting, when you only have to deal with one column, this makes it a lot easier. Now, don't worry about any of the rows from 16 and above. Anything with a hashtag is ignored, but it does provide some helpful instructions. I plan on leaving this example unhashed, so plain text. We have to leave the file as a CSV format. And I think row 6 is a very important part because this is where it differs from Google's template a little bit. Let me show you what I mean. I purposely added another column because this is what Google would let you do. If you're trying to keep one row the same person, but that person has multiple email addresses. Let's say you have their personal email address and then their work email address. You could include them in the same row in just separate columns to differentiate them. That's allowed in Google, not with Microsoft. So as I remove this, if you have a contact with multiple email addresses and you want to include all of them just to have a better chance to match with them within Microsoft's system, you have to include them within one cell in different rows. So essentially, I can just get rid of all of these other columns, make sure that you keep the header, and make sure email is formatted this way. And literally just paste a column of all the email addresses that you want to include. Now, before I save and close this out, let's talk about minimums and maximums. You can upload 4 million email addresses to an audience at a time. For whatever reason, if you have more than 4 million emails that you would want to target within the same audience, they are going to have to be uploaded as separate files. You can then go and create a combined audience and merge those two together later on. Now, as for minimums, in order to use a customer match audience for targeting, the list needs to match to at least 300 users. So right away, if your email list is less than 300, I'm sorry, don't even bother, because it has to match to 300 users. I don't have a source. I don't remember how many times I've seen it or where I've seen it, but I have seen multiple times that typical match rates are about 50%. So even a list pushing 500 to 600 may be too small to serve. We typically see Microsoft being a professional network. That's also why we use Microsoft a lot with our LinkedIn clients, because we do see a strong correlation since they are owned by the same. And many businesses force their users to use Microsoft and they can't download any other browsers. So here's where we see a list of company emails actually work fairly well. But as a best practice, include personal and work emails for all your contacts if you have them. All right, so I'm going to jump ahead, fill out this list so I can show you how to upload it. When your file is ready, just go to Browse, choose the file that applies to this particular audience that you're creating, and then you'll have to accept these terms. Now, the biggest one here is that Microsoft does not allow third-party information to be uploaded into their system. If you do try to upload third-party user information, you are in violation of the policies. Another condition of the customer match terms is that your account must not be included in any of the sensitive content categories. And if you're asking what those are, you should understand your business enough to know if you're a little risque if your product's controversial, if it's not for all ages, if you're teetering on that line, odds are you're in a sensitive category and you cannot upload or use customer match at all. Just find Microsoft Ads remarketing policy page. It's got more information there. Now, the beauty about customer match compared to a typical remarketing audience is that you do have the option to have our list never expire. So when we're running campaigns in any ad platform, we typically exclude people who are currently customers unless we're trying to upsell them. For any campaign goals that are trying to get new customers, new leads, new sales, we don't want to be marketing to users who are already customers. So if you have a strong list of customers, you can always come back and update the list, set it to no expire, and then you have an evergreen exclusion audience. But if you need to set a membership duration, there's your option, but I typically leave it as no expiration. And then sharing, since I'm creating this video in our Microsoft MCC, right now it's defaulting to across all accounts, meaning not only our demo account, but all of our client accounts that we have under the MCC too. I don't want that. Now it makes sense if you have an MCC for all the companies and brand names underneath one company. That can make total sense. In our case, it doesn't. So I'm only going to apply it to this one account and click next. Microsoft has previewed it. Looks like there's no errors. I'm going to apply. No errors here, but a good warning from Microsoft. This can take 48 hours to upload. If there are any errors, let's say you have formatted emails incorrectly. Maybe your email column header is all lowercase. Those errors would be called out here. You can then go back and fix it and re-upload. But for now, we're going to head back to audiences. Scrolling down, there's our customer match one, but within 48 hours, we'd be able to check the audience size. Now, you may be asking, is there a way to automatically upload customer lists from a CRM directly to this platform? Yes, but you must use Zapier. I have that tab open. A lot of our clients use HubSpot, and there isn't a native integration for HubSpot into Microsoft Ads. So creating customer match lists from like HubSpot to Google Ads is very easy. It's not available. So whether you want to use HubSpot or any other CRM, you do need Zapier, unfortunately. So if you are a larger account, have a ton of emails incoming and going, and you want that list to stay up to date, this is definitely worth the investment. But it really doesn't take a lot of time to download a list and upload it into the system. Just understand it takes 48 hours every time you upload a new audience in Microsoft. So now the customer match audience is created. We can then start adding it to our specific ad groups for targeting or exclusions. In the audience library, you can go over and see associations, letting you know where this audience is being used. When I clicked on the none association, I am in the customer match audience because there's the audience ID, and I can add associations from here. I can either choose campaign or ad group. This will be fun because this is just a demo account. Yeah, I'll choose this one, an audience ad. There's the one ad group in there. And here's where I can choose to add the audience as targeting or an exclusion. There's a customer match list. Audience is still building. If we want to add customer match as targeting, there we go. Then I would scroll down. Since it is an audience ad, I'm going to have target and bid. If you are choosing it for a search campaign, you can make it bid only. Bid only is the same thing as an observation audience in Google Ads. If you want to add an additional bid adjustment, there it is. But here we see the same thing for exclusions. I would just select the audience list. I can't choose it because it's already added to my targeting. But if you have additional customer match lists that are your exclusions, here's where you would add it, and then you can save it. And then that audience is applied. I have to go back into tools. I have to go back into audiences. There's our customer match again, and now it's associated to that one ad group. Now scrolling over here, if you click on a customer match audience, here's where you can go back and edit the list. And your options are going to be, when you upload a new document, are you just adding customers to your list? Are you uploading a document to remove certain emails from the original source list? Or do you want to replace the list entirely? Here's where having the automatic sync like Zapier would be helpful. That could do this automatically from your Salesforce, HubSpot, whatever. But if you don't have that capability, here's how you do it manually. And then all the audience details that we looked at earlier would still apply. And that's pretty much it. I think the most important part to stress is you have to make it first-party data. Maybe you're running whatever email marketing that you have. If you want to keep getting in front of users, even if it's current customers for upsell, make sure that you have permission within your privacy policy and the terms and conditions on your website to use this information for targeting or exclusions. It's very easy to get this audience created and uploaded into Microsoft to make sure your campaigns are honing in on the right user. If you have any other questions on how to use Customer Match in Microsoft Ads, feel free to ask in the comments.
Thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate it. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up below. If you really liked it, maybe think about subscribing to the Paid Media Pros YouTube channel and you'll get alerted every time a new video drops.
If you really liked it, you can help support the channel by checking out some of the t-shirts that we're wearing on our merch shelf, as well as looking at the Super Thanks button.